The Golden State Warriors are ready to bully their way back into championship territory, and this time, they're built for it. This isn't the same finesse-driven team the league spent years chasing. This roster brings more grit, more physicality, and players built to handle playoff punishment. From superstars with nothing left to prove to new additions ready to change the team's identity, the Warriors have built a squad with only one target: the 2025 NBA championship. Can this tougher, sharper Warriors team outlast younger contenders and overpower the top-heavy Western Conference? And after every adjustment they've made, will this season prove that Golden State still controls how titles get won in today's NBA? The Golden State Warriors' chances of winning the 2025 NBA championship start with one undeniable reality. Steph Curry still operates at a level only a handful of players in history have reached. Across the 2023-24 season, Curry averaged over 26 points per game, but numbers alone never captured his actual impact. Opposing defenses routinely extended coverage well past half court. They know that Curry's shooting range stretches far beyond conventional systems. This gravitational pull forces defenders into uncomfortable positions and allows Golden State to unlock more off-ball cuts, backdoor actions, and unguarded scoring opportunities than any other team. Even at age 36, Curry maintains top-5 efficiency from deep on high volume. He ranks near the top in catch-and-shoot three-point accuracy and off-the-dribble creation. But shooting is only part of the story. In late-game situations, Curry can effortlessly blend off-ball relocation with on-ball creation, which leaves defenders guessing and creates split-second openings. Enough for punishing any defensive hesitation. Curry's conditioning is a major asset as well. Among all players with at least 30 minutes per game, Curry covered some of the most distance per 48 minutes. That combines offensive movement with defensive rotations, which often go unnoticed. Curry shifts gears without losing control. He applies pressure through pace changes, hesitation dribbles, and screens designed to disorient even the most organized defenses. That's what separates him from most players. In playoff scenarios, where pace slows and defenses prioritize star players, Curry builds offense without relying on isolations. This gradually becomes a rare advantage, one that consistently alters series outcomes. And after the physicality challenges exposed in past postseason exits, Curry reportedly spent the offseason refining his strength work and contact balance. According to analysts, that's how he prepares for more aggressive coverage from teams aware of Golden State's spacing vulnerabilities. The second reason is the great addition of Jimmy Butler, a player whose playoff reputation speaks louder than anything on a stat sheet. Butler arrives with a postseason resume few active players can match: 2 finals appearances, series-clinching performances, and a track record of thriving when other stars fade under pressure. During his Miami years, Butler excelled in playoff environments. He dragged underdog rosters into deep runs, eliminated top seeds, outdueled MVP candidates, and delivered performances that left entire arenas stunned. His scoring ability under playoff conditions adds something Golden State's system lacked: a player capable of breaking defenses down through sheer force, patience, and calculated physicality. Golden State's motion-heavy offense opens space for shooters, but Butler is excellent in creating offense from a standstill, attack mismatches, and manufacture points at the free throw line. Experts say this excellence is enough to address a gap that cost the Warriors critical possessions in past playoff exits. On the defensive side, Butler's impact goes beyond individual matchups. His defensive presence forces opponents into second and third actions, which eventually slows offensive rhythm and disrupts set plays before they even develop. The Warriors haven't had a perimeter defender who combines size, strength, and playoff-tested instincts like Butler. This edge made him a vital counter to Western Conference scorers, who punished Golden State's smaller lineups last season. And there's more to the story. Adding Butler also raises a different kind of pressure, the internal kind. His approach demands full accountability, something that helped shape Miami's identity, but led to internal friction in less disciplined environments. The third reason is Quinton Post being a great center. He fills a role the Warriors struggled to stabilize for several seasons. Post, standing over 7 feet tall, offers a combination of floor spacing, rim protection, and interior presence that complements Golden State's perimeter-heavy approach. His arrival adds a different layer to the Warriors' front-court rotations, especially in matchups where size dictated playoff outcomes. Unlike traditional rim-running big men, Post can stretch defenses out to the three-point line. This gradually forces opposing centers to defend further from the basket than they prefer. Reportedly, that added spacing directly benefits cutters like Jonathan Kuminga and off-ball shooters like Klay Thompson, who thrive on slashing into open lanes. Posts can easily operate in dribble handoff actions, which also blends well with Golden State's movement-based offense. His timing and screen placement allow ball handlers to gain separation without needing isolation-heavy sets. Defensively, Post's rim protection numbers across his college and early professional career shows his natural shot-blocking instincts, especially in rotations. Though not known as a switch defender, he can hold position and contest vertically. This unique quality gives Golden State an interior presence, which, according to analysts, is missing since Kevon Looney's peak defensive seasons. Post also offers something more subtle: positional discipline against physical bigs, which saves Draymond Green from taking on every center assignment and preserves Green's mobility for defensive switches across different positions. Golden State's small ball identity still exists, but having a capable center with Post's size and shooting touch has evidently helped the Warriors. They've adapted their game plan without abandoning their core offensive structure. Now, coming to the fourth reason, Gary Payton II, being a great defender, brings a layer of disruption no other player on the Warriors roster can match. Payton's defensive impact starts long before opponents enter their half-court sets. His pressure ball handlers the full length of the court, which evidently forces teams into uncomfortable timing. That early pressure directly contributes to turnovers forced under duress, with Payton ranking among the league's best in steals per minute during his healthiest stretches. That type of defensive disruption consistently feeds Golden State's transition offense, where the Warriors historically rank among the NBA's most efficient teams. Payton's defensive versatility extends well beyond hounding point guards. He's explosive, has quick hands, and tremendous positional strength. Thanks to these virtues, Payton can switch seamlessly onto wings and even smaller forwards. In half-court sets, Payton excels at fighting through screens, particularly against teams running heavy off-ball actions designed to generate open perimeter looks. That screen navigation and elite defensive anticipation let him jump passing lanes or cut off drive and kick options before they develop. Moreover, Payton's imposing size rarely limits his defensive impact. Plus, there's his vertical explosion and timing around the rim. This unique athletic profile helps him contest layups and floaters at the rim, even against taller scorers. One underappreciated aspect of Payton's game is how he recovers after initial breakdowns. He usually closes space faster than most defenders his size. That lightning-quick recovery gives Golden State more flexibility to stay in aggressive defensive coverages. After all, Payton can erase perimeter mistakes, they say. Availability remains the biggest unknown. Across the last 2 seasons, Payton's defensive impact shrank due to recurring injuries, which limited how often Golden State could fully lean on his strengths during playoff runs. Now's the time to explore the fifth reason. Draymond Green's evolution could be the final piece that determines whether this Warriors team stays in the title hunt. Defensively, Draymond still holds the jack of Golden State's entire system, which covers space no other player on the roster reads fast enough to close. The Warriors' defensive rotations lean heavily on Draymond. He directs traffic, jumps into passing lanes, and switches across 3 positions without hesitation. That leadership only works when Draymond stays on the court. Across recent seasons, ejections, technical fouls, and disciplinary suspensions repeatedly pushed the Warriors to reshape defensive schemes mid-game. And fortunately, this cost momentum in critical playoff moments. Conversations between Draymond and Warriors management during the offseason reportedly centered on controlling those emotional flashpoints. Offensively, Draymond's role isn't about volume scoring, but when defenses sag off him, Golden State's spacing shrinks, off-ball cuts lose impact, and passing windows tighten. In recent months, Draymond attacked open driving lanes more often, instead of immediately looking for the next handoff or swing pass. That slight change motivates defenders to respect his movement, even if it doesn't always lead to a shot. Whenever Draymond pushes the tempo off rebounds, Golden State's transition game accelerates instantly. More importantly, Draymond's voice on the floor ties together Golden State's newer pieces and its veteran core. Granted, his defensive reads disrupt pick-and-roll actions before they fully develop, but every part of that defensive impact relies on conditioning, timing, and controlled aggression. That's what loads the Warriors up for a title run, but the real fight starts when the cameras aren't rolling and the bruises start stacking up.